So I have this wood tote that I've been wanting to work on for a while. I love the scalloped edge on it, if you can see that, but it's several different kinds of woods. And I'm gonna go ahead and paint it and see what else I can do to it. So I used this gray color of paint because I originally was going to use milk paint, or I thought I was going to use milk paint. And I've changed my mind because I want to use a paint inlay, and so I'm going to be painting now with the Dixie Belle chalk mineral paint in the color Magnolia, and I'm going to be putting my paint inlay into that paint. So I have a nice even layer of paint, and I'm going to be using a paint inlay. This will be the second time use for this paint inlay, and it is from the Lattice Rose collection, I believe. Yes, from Iron Orchid Designs Lattice Rose. So I'm going to go ahead and mist the paint side of the inlay, and I'm going to put it into the wet paint. I'm going to mist my paint inlay with water, and I'll be dabbing off the excess water, and I'm going to let it dry. Okay, so I think this is dry enough. I'm going to go ahead and spritz it with water. See how it's kind of cloudy over here, and then when I spritz it, it's not cloudy anymore. So when it's cloudy like that, it usually means that it's ready to go. Okay, now I'm just going to dab off the excess water, and then we will have the reveal. Very pretty. That is what I was wanting, kind of a muted colors, so it looks like it's been on there for a long time. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, and I'll show you what that's like when it's all done. So here's how the other side turned out. I think it turned out really good. Very vintage looking. Now this next step that I'm going to do, some of you may not like it, but I really want this to look aged. So I hadn't tried this until a couple days ago. And I'm going to seal, the paint inlays need to be sealed, and I'm going to be sealing it with this Fusion wax in the color Espresso. There is no top coat on here at all, but I'm going to use the wax, and it's really gonna darken it up. It's gonna look totally different if it worked out like my other project did. So what do you think of this look? I really like it for something different. It really makes it look like, you know, it's not a paint inlay that has just been applied on there. I would be really curious to know. So please leave me a comment and let me know what you think. So this is this side, and here is the original side. This is still very pretty too. I love this look also. But when I tried this wax, kind of as an experiment on a project, I got this. And I think it's kind of cool looking. So let me know what you think. So for this project, I'm going to be mixing a couple paints. I like both of these colors, but I don't have a lot left of either one. So I'm using Fusion Paisley and Fusion Manor Green. So I have about a half of sample left of the Paisley, and I am probably about a fourth of the Manor Green, and I've mixed them together, and this is the color that I got. It's fun to do this, but I also really want to use up those paints before they dry up. But look at what fun color this is. So I'm going to be painting this frame right here. I'm going to go ahead and take the glass out of it, and then I'll get to painting. So I have this frame also that I've had for a while, but I think I'm going to go ahead and paint it. I'm going to paint over the wording and just go ahead and paint the whole frame with that same color that I just mixed up. So I had a little extra of this paint color, and I went ahead and painted one of these baskets that I have. And now I'm going to work on this frame right here. I'm going to be using this paint inlay from Iron Orchid Designs. It came from the Lattice Rose paint inlay book, and I am going to be putting the paint inlay into the Dixie Belle Clear Coat Flat. It's time to reveal the paint inlay. I'm hoping I didn't leave this on here too long because it is in top coat and not paint, and I left it on a little bit longer than normal, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna mist it with water and dab off the excess, and then I'll be back. It looks like it's okay. I'm very happy about that because I did kind of forget about it, and but it all turned out okay. I'm just going to take a razor blade and clean off this paint, and then I'll be back. So I've been trying to decide what image I want to put into the frame, and I found this transfer in the Madeline transfer book from Iron Orchid Designs, and I'm going to transfer it on a piece of vellum, this piece right here, and then I'm going to put the like creamy colored paper behind it, and I'm just going to see what this looks like. So here's what it looks like. I think it looks kind of cool. I'm going to age up the frame a little bit, and then I'll put it inside the frame and we'll see what it looks like. So I'm going to be using the Fusion Wax in the color Espresso to seal in the paint inlay because they do need to be sealed, and I'm hoping to age the frame also. Wow, it really darkened it up, didn't it? I'll show you a little bit of when it has part wax on it and part not wax on it. Can you see the difference? I really like it. I think it gives it a much more vintage look and an older look, and that's what I like. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. So here's what the transfer looks like in the frame. I really like it. And I'm noticing that the paint is lightening up a little bit. I while it's drying. So I'm gonna let it dry and we'll see what it looks like at the end of the video. So I know I've made over these cutting boards, these faux cutting boards in the past, but I have another one and I have enough paint left, and I'm gonna go ahead and paint it with the paint that I mixed. For the cutting board, I am going to be using a transfer from the Rose Botanical transfer book from Iron Orchid Designs, and I'm going to be using this one right here. So I want some wording on this cutting board, and I found this wording from the Iron Orchid Design stamp called Rose Toile, and I'm going to be using this ink right here. The color is Crumb Cake. I really want a really light color on here, and I'm going to see how this works. Okay, so with this ink, I wasn't for sure what would happen, but it is smearing a little bit when I'm using the top coat. So I'm going to stop using the top coat and I'm going to give it a coat of a spray sealer so I can keep that from smearing. So I really don't like the way this smeared right here. I've given it a coat of a spray sealer. I'm going to try to see if I can stamp over this again and make it look a little bit better and then spray seal it. So it's a little bit better. I'm hoping that it's going to stay on there since it's on top of a sealer, but I'm going to go ahead and put another coat of the sealer on and hopefully that will work. So I like the way that the vellum looked on the other transfer with the frame. So I've decided to cut out a piece for the oval frame. So I've cut the vellum kind of in an oval shape. It works. And I'm going to apply this bouquet of flowers from the Madeline transfer from Iron Orchid Designs onto the vellum. So I really like the way this looks, and I want to show you how well this fusion paint is on here. It's been on here for over 24 hours, but I'm taking the little tool that you use to put your transfers on, and I thought if I could just bring some of that gold back. But look, I am like scraping really hard and it is not coming off there. So it's very good paint. So I have this Pint Art contour paint. I'm going to use it on my finger and just see if I can rub it around the oval frame to see if I can give it a little bit more dimension. Here are the completed projects for today. I like the way they all turned out. It's hard to pick a favorite. I love the paint color. I love the transfers and the paint inlays. So let me know in the comments if you have a favorite project that I worked on today. And thank you so much for watching. And I hope you have a great day.